Hello WBSE. I picked up something different for me a couple of days ago, so I thought I would review it for you because it is a little different than the standard offering. This is Glenlivit 15-year, age stated, French Oak Reserve. The Scotch was matured in new French oak casks made from Limousin oak, it says. All right. This comes in at 40% ABV, so fairly low on the alcohol content. It's got a nice color. I have no idea if color has been added to it. I forgot to look on the box. It doesn't say anything about that, so it's possible it may have had. This is a product running in the range of about $60 to $65 in most places. Okay? So let's get to this and see what we've got. Color-wise, it's kind of a copper, almost orange. On the nose, there's the standard honey and vanilla notes that you normally get. But there's a lot of very sweet fruits. The sweet is almost like candy. Yeah. There's a little butter toffee maybe. It's hard to distinguish exact fruits. I would say probably along the lines of raisin, peach, apricot. Yeah, definitely some raisin. Maybe some grape. Probably a white grape. Yeah, definitely some white grape. Very fruity, but with a candied note to it. It's I don't want you to get the wrong idea. This isn't cloying. It's not going to make you go bleh because of the extreme sweetness. It's a rich sweetness, like a dessert in a fine restaurant. I like the nose. It's good. Let's see what it tastes like. It's got a very light feel on the tongue. I feel pretty confident in saying that this has been chill filtered. It's not oily at all. You initially get this light, pale fruit note. With butter toffee and oak and some warm spices. The spices are very gentle. You can expect the kind of spice feel you would get out of a chai tea, out of any kind of a spiced tea, where it's a gentle mixture, where the spices don't slap you, but they kind of sneak up. And this, to me, I don't normally use this moniker, although it's very common, but it is sort of like Christmas cake, in the truest sense of the word. You've got all that warmth with the nutmeg and the cinnamon and the clove and the fruits, probably candied fruits. You've got some brown sugar and all those kinds of things mixed together. This is definitely a dessert Scotch. The finish is rather short. The finish has more oak in it than the rest of the tasting does. The spice carries through, and a little bit of the sugar and fruits. It's, I've got a hair on my shirt here. It's not going to knock you on the floor with vast amounts of depth. But this is a very nice whiskey. I would drink this anytime. It would be especially good with dessert or after it. Probably not with something that was chocolatey, but with any kind of a cobbler parfait type thing. And that's the kind of setting that I think this is appropriate for. After dinner. I don't think it would be appropriate for before meals. It's just too sweet, and there's too much sugar on the tongue when you're finished. But within its price range, I think this is great. I will tell you, I'm not really a fan of Glenlivit 12. I think it's rather bland. And so, for the most part, I'm not somebody that has gone out and grabbed a lot of Glenlivit offerings historically, because I was just a little bit turned off by the lack of interesting tastes in the 12-year-old. I really don't know what made me walk into the store and see this and think that it was something that would be completely different, but in many ways it is. You can tell it's Glenlivit if you've tasted Glenlivit before, but there's some interesting things going on, and within its little box of a dessert Scotch, I think it's really nice. So for those of you who like this style, or that like the Glenlivit, Glenfiddich styles of Scotch, I think this is a nice choice. As I said, you're going to be able to get this for about 60 to 65 bucks. It's not incredibly cheap. It's not incredibly expensive. Realistically, I would say that personally, I would only value this at about a $55 Scotch. So I think I paid about $63 for it. I think that's a little bit too much, but it's not enough too much that I am sorry. And I can tell you that I will definitely drink it all the way to the bottom. This is something that I will get out and drink when I'm not in the mood for something more powerful or smoky. Hope that was helpful. Maybe I intrigued you into buying something. Maybe I prevented you from wasting your money on it. However it works for you, I hope it was of a benefit. Thanks, guys.